So when this gentleman had come down of Neo, came to my church youth service, and he said, "Get out of Tem. You guys need to get out of Thembisa." We're like, "What do you mean?" Says, "Maybe wash your neighbor's car, get enough money to pay for a taxi fare, go to the nearest town, get to a restaurant. You might not be able to afford a meal, but just order tea or order water." That's what I did. I got enough cash. I washed people's cars, did odd things, got enough cash, went to Pretoria CBD, um, got to the CBD. I walked to the Mercedes Benz. The dealer was was a very nice guy, showed me around. I felt the imposter syndrome, got out of there, walked all the way down to the local restaurant, Wimpy at the time. Then they were giving out newspapers for free. And I got my rooibos, and then all I did is I sat and I watched people live. Was this thing, I was just, no, sit and watch people live. Sit, just spend 2-3 hours, just sit in that moment. The waiter will come and ask you, "Do you want to order anything?" Just say, "No, no, no. I'm still reading right now. I'm waiting for an appointment or whatsoever." Then they let them walk off, but watch people live. Why? Because that then will then open up your mind to saying there's more to life than what you see. And then on the back of that, think about it this way. It makes sense that 20 years ago, I was doing the things, the odd jobs I was doing. That 18 years ago, I started my business as an internet cafe, because that's what I was exposed to. I was exposed to the internet cafe, the car wash, the sishanyama, the hair salons, the barbers, all these taverns and the sorts. Then I just simply chose that business. So, which then says we start businesses according to the level of our exposure, the level of our knowledge, or the level of our networks. So then it makes sense why I started that way, because that was my exposure. So one of the best things that anyone could consistently do for themselves is consistently expose your mindsets to new concepts and new ideologies. Because what is innovation? Innovation is when two different ideologies collide. Because when they collide, we call that innovation. So disrupt yourself with mindset and understanding other industries. So if I'm driving to this interview today and I've got an hour gap and I'm driving here, what am I doing with that time? Could I be listening to a podcast? Could I be deliberate about the growth areas where I want to develop myself in my life? So that when I go into spaces and I'm talking development, I'm talking sales, I'm talking growth, I'm not just simply talking from what I know. I'm talking from every single thing that I've learned, because I've invested in my own development and my personal development. But because consistently disrupting yourself is one of the best things you could ever do for yourself.
Yeah, and it takes courage, eh? It takes courage because if you're not someone who is normally meant to be in those places, I mean, like, even if we go back to, like, we spoke earlier about townships and how things being spatially separated, I think that has messed us up so much as a nation because it shifted the mindsets, not just in our minds, but like geographically speaking, it's created this like gap.
Yeah.
This person's supposed to be here and this person's supposed to be
Yeah.
here. And that messes up the mind because when geographically things are separated like that, in your mind, things are also separated. So what I love about like now is that we have like the beautiful part about the South Africa that we live in now. And like there are a lot of things that we always complain about and deal with. But like you said earlier, those things that seem to be the storm are actually the things that are equipping you to be able to overcome and to take that next step.